Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Doing a math video. I know we don't normally do this sort of video, but I thought, it would be like a good video to make. So for this, to help demonstrate why this might be useful, I'm going to use a triangle, mainly for geometry, but you can use this in pretty much all math. It's just like a simple trick to make writing things a little more smooth and compact, and to save more space. So we all know if we have a triangle that says 60 and 25, right, that's these angles right here, and you don't have to know geometry for this, it's just exact. Well, to find x, we would first add these together, right, and that's going to give us 85. Handwriting is not the best. Then we're going to have to subtract 85 from 180. Now, normally we would have to write that off somewhere over here. I have a nifty little trick to make doing that a whole lot easier, mate. So, basically, now, pay attention because this is important. So, basically, if you have a bigger number, and we're just looking at this first column, right, this 5 and this 0, if you have a bigger number on top, what you want to do is borrow from the bottom, turn this into a 7, and then move, then do this, and then do this subtraction, okay? Just do it straight out, okay? And so this will be 5. Now what we have here is, again, we have a bigger number, because this is a 7 now, right? We have a bigger number on the top. So we cross this out, it becomes a 0, and then we can do the subtraction. You notice that this is not the right answer, right? So we're going to put a line. And for each time, you subtract when there's a bigger number on top. So when we did it here, we're gonna it's a good way to explain this, right? Subtract the number from 10. So 5 minus 10 would be 5, would be 9. 1 minus 10 would be 9. And that's your answer, 95. And if you're like, what? Don't worry, I'm gonna do a couple more examples, and hopefully I can get this through to you guys. Just to demonstrate that this works for larger numbers, I'm just going to do 132. That's 180, and I'll be demonstrating what to do if there's a smaller number on top. So, alright, so bigger number on top, so we take that out, 7, 2, now remember this 2 is actually going to be an 8, but we'll get to that, we can do that after we do all this. Now we have a 7 and 4, so what we're actually going to do is just subtract 3 from 7, we're going to hit 4, and 1 minus 1, just going to equal 4, and 0, 4, 0, and this is going to be equal to 48, whatever unit you have. And as you can see, 132 plus 48 equals 180 degrees. So this trick works. Now, why it works, I couldn't tell you right now, but maybe later. But because you still might be like, what? So for some clarification, here are the rules of this trick. That's humongous. That's absolutely massive. How do I move this? Alright, I guess I don't. So, I think we'll scale this down a little bit. If you have a bigger number on top, so if you have a bigger number on top, so in our examples where we had 5 on top that's bigger than 0, what you want to do is to say, well, bigger number, I'm going to call bigger number x. Bigger number is going to be x. Smaller number, the number on the bottom, is going to be y. So you just want to do x minus, well, like this, right? And 5 minus 0, that's 5. 5 is a special case, because then what you want to do, you can do this in your head, or you could do the trick again, but I feel like that would be unnecessary, is just subtract x, which we'll call this z. Subtract z, so z, so 10 minus z, and you get 5, right? So let's say z was equal to, what's 2? You get 8, right? Because 10 minus 2 is 8. Alright, and let's say you had 8, and you get 2. So if you can kind of see how that works, that would be, see, so that's how that works. And the other one, if you have a smaller number on top, so in this example we had 3 and a 7. Now you just like, because these are both 1-digit numbers, these are both 1-digit numbers, so I feel like it would be pretty easy, just go 7 minus 3, like just go 7 minus 3 is equal to, I don't know, maybe 4, just a thought, so it would equal 4, right? So that's what you do, and you just put the 4 down. Now when, let's say you had a 5, I'm gonna have to modify this, so, and a 0, actually 5, keep on doing 5, 5 is not a good example, you can't really see the change. 6, and a 0, right, we're gonna have to take one from this, that becomes a 6, so this actually becomes a 3, not a 7, not a 4, and, oh, 6, right, 0, 6, right, then we draw a line, but we're not going to do anything from this 3, because the 3 was smaller on the top, the 6 was larger, so we're going to do what we did down here, which, sloppy handwriting, was 10 minus z, so 6 is z, so our final product would be 34. Cool, right? It's 34. Now, you might be asking yourself, when would I ever use this? Well, as I said, a geometry example, it saves space just to do it all in here. And I feel like if you practice this a lot, like you just like do this a lot, I don't think too long. So I did it like when I figured this out. Like I don't know if this exists already. I was just kind of had this problem and decided to fix it. So if it does, I didn't know, but good to know that other people have found this out too, and I'm not the only one. But yeah, I just like rapid fire, and I can now do it pretty quickly. I think that's pretty cool because it makes geometry a lot quicker, and it can make other things. Like let's say you had 10 apples, and you're like, oh, what? But I have 100, no, 100, 2, 1, 2, 3. like when you get into these negative problems, obviously you're gonna know this is negative, so the answer you're gonna put on the negative, right? We say, oh, we have a smaller number, so that's gonna be 3. We have a smaller number again, so that's going to be 1. Am I going to lose? No, well, alright. No, is that negative 13, right? Because you know it's going to be a negative because, but yeah, so I guess that's the one thing, if you're like doing like work and your teacher's going to be looking at your work, and you get the answer wrong, she or he might, or they might confront you about this, like, why you subtract, what? Because you don't want to mix this up, you don't want to put a negative here if you're actually doing 70 minus 36, like, you don't want that to happen. So you don't want to mix this up, so maybe like a little reminder, like maybe instead of a minus sign, you do like a, what's a sign that hasn't been used, like, it kind of looks like a multiplication sign, but it looks like more like a plus sign, but something to remind yourself. So that's my only warning, like, you have to distinguish between this and this, so you don't get them confused. But I honestly wish I had figured this out a little bit earlier, or seen a video about it a little bit earlier, because it would have made, I would have saved some space in my notebook. So hope you enjoyed that video. Leave a comment down below if you think I should do more math videos. I know this is kind of out of the random, but I wanted to share this with you, and maybe you will get more math videos in the future, because I actually do have a couple other patterns I've seen. Like, I consider this a pattern that I've seen, like a multiplication one, but yeah. So thank you for watching. Bye.